all proportions stop. Shot! Scores! Coburg wins the RBC Cup!
This is the OJ Today. What's up, everyone? I'm Alex Bastyovanszky. Thanks so much for taking the time to tune into this week's program. And there's a ton of stuff going on for this week's show, including a mid-season review. Our friend Joe Montesano of Fedora Films is going to join us to talk about all that's gone down so far this season. But what better way to start off today than with the Battle of Halton Region, Oakville versus Georgetown edition. And this is a rivalry that goes back decades. And really over the past 15 years or so, these have been two of the most successful franchises in the OJ. Last weekend, fans definitely got their money's worth as the clubs squared off for two consecutive nights in a home-and-home series. Highlights brought to you by Instat. Instat is the official analytics provider to the OJHL. And the Raiders dropped a tough one, 4-3 to the Blades the night before, so they were looking for revenge on Saturday. It wasn't to be, though. First period, Michael Kingo, the initial stop, Chase Strashuluk banging home the second chance out front. Oakville up 1-0. Second frame, the blue, red, and white, they keep on coming. Strashuluk again. He's got his brace. The Blades led 3-0 after 2 in the third. This was the cherry on top. That is off the post, but Mason Zabeski cleans up the garbage. And the Blades sweep the home with Georgetown. They take this one 4-0. Okay, an East Division tilt between surging Halliburton and the Coburg Cougars. Cats and dogs going at it. The fur was flying everywhere. Peyton Shaley, bad angle. Still gets it to go, though. 1-0, 49 seconds in for the Huskies. The green and white would hit back. Mad scramble out front. Justin Jamer jamming it home. 1-1 after 20 minutes of play. Second stanza. Watch the quick shot here from Patrick Saney. Seems to catch the keeper by surprise. Justin Easter, 2-1 for the Huskies. Back and forth they went. AJ Cook, the tip out front, 2 tie it up. It stayed that way until late in the third period.
And out center ice it goes. Here comes Tar. Tar now dangles to the puck. Tar with a move. Tar scored without any good. Oh, roll the highlight film. Tar with a dandy. It's 3-2 Halliburton County.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Tar, certainly the hottest goal scorer in the league right now, and he gets the winner. Huskies taking it 3-2. The Burlington Cougars, first place in the East, head to Aurora to take on the Tigers. Battle of the Cats. Lucas Stanojevic drawing first blood for the home side, and the Tigers lead 1-0 midway through the first. Burlington gets 2 back before periods end, though. Caleb Thiessen, the seeing eye point shot, and 1-1 hockey game at that point. The Cougars made a habit of scoring last-second goals in this game. With 2 seconds left on the clock in the first, David Palich looks like the exact same shot. Makes it 2-1. The Tigers would grab 2 in the second, though. Matthew Goodwin squeezing it through Zach Deitz, and they would end up taking the lead 3-2, but here's more of that last second stuff. With 1 second left on the clock in the third, it's Matthew Zebedee tying it up. Just call them the Cardiac Kids. And then 4:50 into overtime, Joel Chauvin playing hero for the Cougars as they take this one in dramatic fashion. The comeback win, Burlington squeaks out the 4-3 victory. Okay, an East Division tilt here. Halliburton visiting the Lindsay Muskies, and the Fish get on the board first. Cameron Jackson. We just saw that shot twice in the previous game. Point shot over the left shoulder, 1-0. No scoring in the second, so we're on to the third. A $1:21 in. Peyton Shaley evens it up at 1 apiece, and then 4 minutes later, Jack Staniland, the backhander, the winner, as the Huskies march into Lindsay and escape with a 2-1 win over the Fish. Okay, some league news, important stuff. The Trenton Golden Hawks have had 2 games postponed due to a staff member on the team testing positive for COVID-19. The games on the 15th against the Junior Canadians and 17th against Mississauga will be played at a future date as the Jayhawks continue to monitor for COVID symptoms and finalize rapid tests. Stay healthy, guys. Okay, performers of the week brought to you by Warrior. the official hard goods supplier to the OJHL, and Christian Ciccio. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a tough one. But he is your goalie of the week. 3-0 in his last 3 games, and great stats on the season so far. 2.28 goals against average, .923 save percentage. Great season thus far. And Emmett Pierce, the captain of the Wellington Dukes, is your skater of the week, and he was on fire. 4 goals, 1 assist, 5 points on the week for the captain and leading scorer of the Dukes, the former Flint Firebird. Hey, welcome back, everyone. You know, one of the more fascinating battles taking place this season is the one for top spot in the South Division. St. Mike's, the Junior Canadians, and the North York Rangers have all held a share of first place at some point this year, and all evidence points to those 3 squads continuing to slug it out all season long with very little separating each club. The Buzzers and the JRCs squared off last weekend, chasing 2 essential points. Highlights in this segment are brought to you by Clean Quip. Clean Quip is the official disinfectant supplier to the OJHL. Junior Canadians sit first in the South, St. Mike's in third, just 5 points behind, and it's the double blue that strike first in this one, and this puck gets deflected, and it looks like Thomas Grossi is the last one to touch it. He gets credit for it. 1-0 St. Mike's. 3 minutes later, though, Giacomo Martino just gets outworked by Zev Podolski on that play. He picks his pocket. The shorthanded goal, the JRCs tie it up 1-1. 4 minutes after that, Michael Eftimosky going blocker side to put the red, white, and blue up 2-1. St. Mike's getting it back in the second, though. Aiden Shepard absolutely murders the puck on that one. The one-timer squaring it up. 2-2. In the final frame, though, Canadians on the power play, Eftimosky nabbing his second of the evening, and that would prove to be the game winner as the JRCs grab crucial points to pad their lead over St. Mike's in the South. Man, it has been a tough season so far for Caledon, but they would finally crack a smile against the Patriots last weekend. 2:44 in, Josh Sinanen showing off the move, splitting the D. Beauty. Admirals up 1-0. Then midway through the first, Justin Donor, the AP, pouncing on the juicy rebound to put the Admirals up by a deuce. In the second, though, the Pats cut their deficit in half. McKay Hayes, watch this. Ooh, pop in the bottle, making it a 2-1 game. But Sebastian Bulovs does all the heavy lifting here for the Admirals. And then the no-look pass out front to Sinanen for his second of the day. And my, oh my, Caledon picking up just its 3rd win of the campaign, and that has got to feel good. They take it 3-2. Brantford in Markham to take on the Royals, 12:29 in. A super rookie, Easton Wainwright, off to the races, and this guy does not miss. The shorthanded marker makes it 1-0. Just $1:15 later, though, Royals on the power play, Matthew Percivali knotting it up at 1 apiece. Second stanza. Watch this. Matthew Minichello, kaboom. Smokes the one-timer past Nicholas von Kaufman. Royals up. Could an upset be brewing? Not on this day. 3rd period. Brantford tied it, and then Kurt Watson gets what turns out to be the game winner as the 99ers managed to hold off Markham. 5-2 your final score. Okay, the Muskies in Mississauga to take on the Chargers. We pick it up in the second. Missy down 2-0 when Matthew Nicosola squeezes this one home to pull the home side to within a single tally. But 50 seconds later, Jack Faulkner on the break. And if you don't succeed, try again. He puts home his second chance. And the Fish lead 3-1. Mississauga would pull to within 1 again in the third. Christopher Bertucci back for Cole Lonsdale. Pretty goal, but not enough on this night. Lindsay grabs 2 more on their way to the 5-2 triumph over the Chargers. Okay, a reminder, tickets are now on sale for the OJHL's All-Star Celebration, and the event will take place January 14th and 15th at Collingwood's Eddie Bush Arena. And you can attend both days for just $30. It'll be jam-packed that weekend with an alumni game, skills contest, and of course the big game itself. Broadcast coast to coast on CHCH television. You can head to OJHL.ca for more information. It's always a great event. And speaking of which, OJHL.ca. That is where you can get tickets. That's where you can always get your up-to-date news, stats, statistics, and great feature stories by our fantastic team of writers. 60-second spotlight now, brought to you by NutriFarms. NutriFarms is the official sponsor of the OJHL Championship Series.
Zach Weigel, forward, Oakville Blades.
Just Weigel scores! And mamma mia, it's Zach Weigel again.
What I bring to the ice is I'm a two-way centerman. I play hard in the offensive and defensive zone, and I try to produce my best on offense.
Mamma mia, Zach Weigel gets another.
So the player I looked up to growing up was Patrice Bergeron. Great two-way center, great at draws, which is something I aspire to be like. So when I think about this team, I think about we got a ton of jokes on this team. The dressing room atmosphere is great. Everybody pulls pranks on each other, and we honestly just get along and bond really well. So this year, I think this team's going to have a deep playoff run. I think we could honestly win it, and I think we're just going to have a ton of fun while doing it.
Tip down low, scores! And it's Zach Weigel who gets his first career Ontario Junior Hockey League action.
This segment of the OJ Today is brought to you by Jostens. Jostens is the official award and ring supplier to the OJHL. Hey, welcome back, everyone. You know, it may seem hard to believe, but we are already at the midpoint of this OJ regular season, and there have been just so many fascinating storylines so far. Joining me today to take stock of everything that's gone down is the owner of Fedora Films and the play-by-play man for the Markham Royals, Joe Montezano. Joe, how are you, man?
It's going well. What a great hockey season we have so far.
Yeah, it's been a pretty epic campaign so far. And one thing that keeps coming up over and over again when I talk to coaches from throughout the league is the parity this year across the OJ, which is just off the charts. And one division that really is a good example of that has been the West, where every team sits at the 500 level or above so far. Absolutely unreal. Give us your thoughts on the West Division so far, Joe.
That division is fantastic. I've seen all these teams playing, and if there was odds in Vegas, Vegas would lose money, because right now you think Oakville will pull ahead, now Burlington's ahead, Milton's catching up, Brantford's right there, Georgetown's right there. Thank goodness Vegas doesn't have money on this, or else they'd be broke. Brantford, Milton, and Georgetown, great teams. Just saw Brantford 99ers play. Wu is a fantastic goalie. They got a great goalie there. Milton is beating top teams in the league. In Georgetown, I remember them blowing out Markham early in the year. So I think anyone can win that division. So Burlington and Oakville can't sleep any night.
Yeah, in all my years covering the OJ, I don't think I've ever seen the West this competitive from top to bottom. But anyway, I digress. Let's move on to the North Division. A bit more top-heavy than the West. Not quite as balanced from top to bottom, but Pickering on top, exceptional this year. And two other clubs, Aurora and the Collingwood Blues, both playing great. Look like legitimate threats down the stretch, Joe.
Aurora surprised me. No one expected Aurora to be right there, and they're a good hockey team. They're quick, they're young, they're fast, and they can beat anybody right now. Collingwood is probably the best team in the division, but they're not playing that way right now, but they'll get there. I think they have the best goalie in the league in Pack, and we'll see what happens in Pickering. Is a well-oiled machine, and Collingwood and Aurora have to catch them.
Yeah, well, Joe, out east, it's as competitive as ever. I mean, the East Division has arguably been the toughest in the OJHL over the past decade or so from top to bottom. But this season, Trenton off to a great start as per usual, but it's just going to be an absolute dogfight all season long, isn't it?
It's going to be a huge fight. It's always a fight out there. I mean, Halliburton's coming on. Wellington, they look better and better every game now. Even Coburg and Lindsay, I know they're dropping in the standings, but don't count them out. They're no slouches. They've beaten Halliburton and Trenton this year. So anything can happen in that division. The East and the West are fantastic storylines right now. And I'm keeping my eye on the East as Trenton is so good, but Wellington's coming on so strong.
Well, Joe, in the South Division, there's definitely a drop-off after the top three, but what a trio that is. I mean, the Junior Canadians, the North York Rangers, and the St. Mike's Buzzers have just been absolutely terrifying so far this year. There's so little separating those clubs.
There is so little. I mean, you got some great goaltending in that division, some great scoring in that division, and I still think the best team in the OJHL is the Toronto Junior Canadians right now. But North York is telling them, no, we're right there. And St. Mike's, who expected this? I know they had that long playoff streak, but they're right there. We knew North York. We knew that JRC were going to be this good. But look at St. Mike's. They're right there. They're only a few points behind, and it's not over yet.
Okay, finally, Joe, before you go, I'm going to put you on the spot, as I usually do. Sorry, man. But it got to happen. We're at the midseason point. I want to get your thoughts. If you had to pick a most valuable player up to this point, and let's be fair about this. Let's do one for goalies and one for skaters. So if you had to pick two guys, then who would they be up to this point?
So we're going skaters, and only you would put me on the spot, or anyone on the spot right now. I mean, how can you choose between Bancroft, Summers, and Tar? Tar is the goal scoring leader, and then Bancroft's running away with the points, and Summers is keeping St. Michael's afloat. So you know what? I can't pick one, but I think it's going to be between the three of them for the MVP. And then for goalies, it's a lot harder. I mean, you have Gray, you have Pack, you have Triani. Who do you pick? I say Pack will win it, but now North York fans and everyone else is going to be mad at me. But I'm not being biased. I still think Pack is the best goalie in the OJHL.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating to watch. And that's it, man. We are all out of time. But just in case I don't chat with you before then, have a very happy holiday season. All the best to you and your family, buddy.
You too, man. Have a happy holidays, and thank you for always having me on. And let's finish it off with, oh my, watch the OJHL.
Okay, let's take a quick look at the CJHL rankings as of December 13th. Brooks holds down the number one spot. 3 teams from the OJ in the top 20 now, including the JRCs at 12, Golden Ox at 14, and Burlington Cougars at 19. 2 OJ commitments to tell you about, and please do not adjust your screen. You're not seeing double. These are identical twins, Jordan and Tristan Mughal of the Trenton Golden Ox. They've both committed to SUNY Canton in Canton, New York. Jordan's a forward for the Hawks. 9 points this season, 3 goals, 6 assists for the G-Hawks. And brother, Tristan, also a forward. He's got 3 goals, 8 assists for 11 points this season. Congratulations, guys, on your commitment. Welcome back, everyone. You may have done a double take a couple of weeks into the season if you glanced at the standings and saw Wellington languishing around the 500 mark. I mean, the Dukes, of course, are an organization that's used to winning titles. And while Trenton shot out to a red-hot start out east, Wellington was lukewarm, to say the least. Well, turns out it was just a slow boil. The Dukes have shot up to second place in the division, and they were looking to make up more ground on the Hawks when they squared off last weekend. Highlights in this segment are brought to you by Warrior. Warrior is the official hard goods supplier to the OJHL. This is definitely one of the best rivalries in the OJ, and Trenton draw first blood. Sam D'Amico threw pretty much every Dukes player on the ice. The massively screenshot, making it 1-0. 3 minutes later, though, Dukes on the power play, and it is running like a finely tuned Rolex. Ethan Quick evens it up 1-1. Skip to the third, and it's OJ Offensive Player of the Week, Emmett Pierce, going to work, and he makes it 2-1 there. And just 18 seconds later, he smokes it past William Nguyen for some extra Dukes insurance, as they would add one more after that to make it a 4-1 final. Wellington is pulled to within 6 points of the Hawks out east. Watch out for them. This one opens some eyes. North leading Pickering taking on Aurora, and the Tigers hit first. Hollander Thompson makes it 1-0 for the home side right there. Love the alternate purple and gold old LA Kings jerseys. Right off the ensuing faceoff, though, Ian Martin will wire it home to knot it up at 1 apiece. All Tigers after that, though. Zachary Roy. Watch the big initial stop here off the rush here. Peter Lopes getting to the rebound, though, and he makes it 2-1 for the home side. And then it's Roy again with a nice stop, this time off the point shot, but the big juicy rebound. Too juicy for Luke Reeve to resist. He dines out. And like I said, this was a head-turning final score. Not so much the result, but that Aurora runs away with it. 5-1. Georgetown trying to stop their slide against Milton. They'd lost 3 straight, 7 of 10, but the menace came to play. First period, watch it, just kind of off the screen. Trust me, Jordan Stock got it. Things get going. 1-0 Milton, second frame, G-Town on the power play. Eric Bertelsen squeezing it home to tie it up 1-1, but it was all downhill for the Raiders from there. 5 minutes later, James Barber, from a bit of a tough angle here, he gives the Menace back the lead, and they would absolutely pour it on in the third period. Alexander Petrakia throwing it through the crowd and finding daylight. Menace now up by 2, and then Aiden Hughes slides it under the pad of Sebastian Labora. And the Menace, they take this one going away as they drop the struggling Georgetown Raiders by a 5-1 count. So we take a look at your OJ scoring leaders now, brought to you by NutriFarms. NutriFarms, the official sponsor of the OJHL's Championship Series. Your scoring leaders first off, and it's the same as it was last week, actually. Dalton Bancroft of the Hawks, followed by a couple of boys from St. Mike's, Brad Summers, Bryce Sutherland, Oliver Tarr, and then Matthew Wild to round out the top 5. Southeast standings, the JRCs hold down first place. It's Titans second, North York, St. Mike's battling it out, and Trenton on top, out east right now with 40 points. In the Northwest, Pickering, a healthy 7-point lead over second place Collingwood. Look how much it has changed in 1 week in the West, though. Georgetown goes from second place to 5th due to their losing streak. Just incredibly competitive out west this year. Plays of the week now, brought to you by Troy Hockey. Troy is the official apparel provider to the Ontario Junior Hockey League.
Picked off. Here's a 3-on-1 the other way now. Gilbert down the wing. Got it. Backdoor score! A.J. Cook makes it home.
Jackson works. You don't fight it to keep it in, and now Bryce Sutherland can't hold it at the line. Chance for the Canadians shorthanded. Going to drive the net, and they score. Boy, it didn't look like he had any room on that blocker side.
There, Caledon will scoop it up. Sananen across the blue line, gets the puck back. He's in. He scores.
There. Royals on here. One-timer, mini kill, score! Oh my!
Yeah, I didn't see any arm up, but I guess he could have done something after the whistle. Here's Nick Canero. Off for Aiden Shepard. Slap shot, scores. What a laser beam from Aiden Shepard.
Finally clear, Bullops. Nice move, gets it back. Play to the middle, nice play. Sananen gets his second. And Sebastian Bullops, what a play from him. Play to the middle, Hayes a shot, scores. A power play goal for the Patriots, cuts the lead in half.
27 seconds remaining as Bertucci back for Lonsdale, they score! Cole Lonsdale!
And out center ice it goes. Here comes Tarr. Tarr now dangles to the puck. Tarr with a move. Tarr scored without any gun. Oh, roll the highlight film. Tarr with a dandy. It's 3-2 Halliburton County. Best player in the league right there, gang.
And that is going to wrap it up for this week's show. But just a reminder, you can always stay up to date with everything that's going on in the league, statistics, stories, you name it, by checking out the league's different social media outlets. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week.